He's a lousy fisherman.
He thinks he's a better guitar player than he is.
He was playing behind me and hit this huge drive, and then he chips the second shot into the pole, and I yell over and said, "Tom, you're not that good."
So why exactly is this professional receiving his association's highest honor tonight? Because the stories of his successes far outnumber the shortcomings his friends like to needle him about. But all jokes aside, their words resonate with admiration.
You just immediately know his character.
I love his truthfulness, his kindness.
Tom is just like a big brother to me.
I love him like my own family.
There's nothing out of the ordinary on the first page of Tom Henderson's resume.
I always wanted to be a professional basketball player. That was my first love.
Rhode Island kid, caddies for some extra cash, then came a job at Seminole.
He just started in as, the kind of the low man on the totem pole. He was working the driving range.
I couldn't have had better training in any classroom than I got with Jerry Pittman. First year I was allowed to teach at Seminole, the first lesson that I had was Olin Brown.
I was kind of an aspiring knucklehead golfer and asked him for some help, and he got me started.
I said, what are your plans? And he said, I'm going to play the PGA Tour. I said, well, what's your handicap? And he said, I'm about a 3. So I'm saying to myself, there's no way.
I'm not really sure what he told me except maybe to quit and move on to something else.
Thank God I didn't mess him up.
Divine intervention wasn't needed, given Olin's talent. But the curious case of Claire Harrington, someone who had never played before, now that's a story that illustrates Tom's skills.
I think he didn't quite believe me that I was serious. I said, I want to be ready for opening day.
Which was approximately 4 weeks after we got started.
And I said, all right, if we're going to do this, we're going to do a lesson, and you have to do 2 practice sessions on your own. If I was playing the drums, if I grip the sticks tight, I can't move the sticks. Same thing holds true here. And so we get to opening day, and she not only is on the winning team, but she's long drive in the group, for the whole group.
So I was hooked. I was completely hooked.
Talk about player development. Tom recently became the first PGA member in America to achieve certification in that arena. Something he's excelled in, deftly guiding members at the Round Hill Club in Greenwich, Connecticut.
All right, Mark. Thanks, buddy. Round Hill is a hidden gem. The club started in 1924. It was a farm. It's really a family atmosphere.
One pro, one place, nearly 30 years. Longevity that is virtually unheard of today.
Tom Henderson is Round Hill's guy. He's our guy.
I think the most enjoyment that he gets from his job is seeing a smile on the face of his members.
Tom is that smiling face so that when people come on property, they're greeted. He knows everybody.
Have a good time today. You're going to enjoy it.
One thing that is always on his newsletter is that if it's not on the menu, ask for it.
Every year I try to come up with 3 new things to reinvent myself, and I think that's probably the biggest key for my longevity. I keep on going forward. I'm not standing still. You're fine.
He's always into sort of the newest, latest technology.
Tom has used technology like no other professional I know.
He has been an advocate for club fitting for a long time. He's helped develop the fitting systems for Nike Golf.
Kind of become a geek.
He made us download music, and we had to sync the music with our swing. It didn't work.
Practice stroke.
Not everything does, but the occasional miscue hasn't dampened his enthusiasm.
And go. I enjoy when somebody comes up to me and says, all right, what do you got going this year? Oh, and what happened here a couple years ago, we were on this tee.
I hit the golf ball and I accidentally let go of the club.
The junior program for Tom has really been a labor of love.
And where did it end up?
It ended up in the pond, and then a couple of days later, Tom fished it out.
You know, it's grown every single year since Tom's been here.
We've developed a junior program from 4 kids my first year to we run over 90 children through our program.
He loves being around kids. He loves the energy.
I think that Tom is the best golf pro. Go Tom. Thanks, Gracie.
He's all in. He's totally dedicated to helping kids and helping this be a better community.
To that end, Tom has worked with the local Boys and Girls Club, giving of his time and talents by sponsoring sports teams and running golf clinics.
He also knew that it would be a mentoring moment.
Now that's a key word in the Hendy dictionary.
Make sure we double check everything. I've had 8 former assistants that have gone on to become head professionals.
I look at all the young people he's developed around him. Everything is about someone else. He's a much better giver than he is a taker.
Round Hill's tiny golf shop hasn't changed much over the decades, nor has the leadership Tom's provided within those walls, or carried with him throughout the Met PGA Section.
Tom served every office in the section, including and up through the presidency.
Tom first rose to national prominence by serving on the instruction committee and then by co-chairing the Teaching and Coaching Summit. And that was just the beginning.
To get certified late in his career, to be involved with the Board of Control, to be involved, in his section. He just doesn't back off.
And now a new governance challenge, the biggest of his career, National District Director.
The unopposed run for district directors is kind of indicative of how his fellow PGA professionals feel about him. Everybody knows he's the best guy for that job.
For him to go out and do some of the things he's done, he's not doing those for self-gratification. He's doing those to help others and to help the game.
Right in here is Tom Henderson Met PGA first and foremost.
That big heart, it drives everything he does.
Every year at Christmas Eve, Tom fills up his car with candy apples, and he drives around to everybody's house, people that he knows, where he is just there to wish holiday cheer with a small little gesture. How many people do you know that actually do that? That's Hendy.
Emotions overflowed when his friends gathered for a surprise party to celebrate the man, his career, and the award that defines both.
I think everybody's really happy for him because in a single moment, he's getting. For all the giving that he's done, he's getting.
And oh yeah, the music thing, his band's called Missing Links. Turns out Hendy's pretty handy with these sticks too.